Morning.
Yeah, you say so.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Alrighty, it is Saturday, November 11th. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. We will be doing a evening hunt, well I say evening, afternoon hunt today, and we shall see what's going to happen today. Let's hope the deer are moving. It's prime time right now from between now until the end of November. The deer are moving, they're chasing the does around. There's action right out the back window right here. You see them all coming up the trails and stuff like that. So it is prime time. Let's hope we can see one walk in front of us today. But yeah, so right now it is overcast outside and it's right around mid 40s. So it's obviously going to go down as the sun goes down. So it's going to be cooling off. Hopefully get the deer moving in, and we can only hope for the best. So I have to change out of this attire. Let's get the hunting attire on, and let's get in the woods. Oh! Alrighty, got the stuff on, got the bow, most important part of the whole operation here. So now we're gonna walk on down to the stand. Hopefully we don't have to sit there too long. I know it's kind of chilly, but yeah, so we're gonna head on down, and let's hope the deer are moving. Alrighty, on the way down the trail, have a good feeling about today. I feel like a nice temperature. I feel like the deer will definitely be moving. The birds are moving. They're flying all around on the way down, but yeah, it should be a good one. I don't know. I just have a gut feeling for today. But yeah, it's about, yeah, I don't know, a couple more 100 yards and we'll be at the stand, and then it's game time. So yeah, let's continue the walk. Alrighty everyone, let's break away from the video here for 1 second because I gotta go explain something. Yes, we did it. I finally got a deer on the ground. It's a 7-pointer. I cannot be more happy with myself to be able to get the job done this year. This is year 3. It was really the first year that I was trying, and we got the job done. But first, before I go into anything else, just gotta separate from the video here because the next few clips that we're going to see here are going to be on the iPhone, so the video is all going to be vertical. It's not going to take up the whole screen. So it's going to be all on the iPhone, so the quality is not going to be as good as obviously all the other cameras are. But it's just a funny story with the whole deer, we'll get into it later, is that I had no time to set up anything. So you literally just had the drawback of the shot, and that's about it. I didn't have anything else looking at it, because it just happened in 5 minutes of me sitting in that stand. So yeah, the rest was on the iPhone, because I was just quick in my pocket. I was able to pull out and start shooting the reaction and stuff like that. But yeah, and after I'll pop up pictures for the next time, make a little like slideshow type of thing. There is going to be some gore, so viewer discretion advised. If you don't like blood and gore, just fast forward a little bit, because you'll definitely see that. And yeah, let's get back to it.
I got him. He's down. He's fucking down. He's right there. I fucking got him. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. He's down. He's down. He was right there. He's down right there. He's down right there. I got him. He's right there. He's down.
Oh, look at this. Did you see this?
Yeah, this is the first spot where he flipped over. And went down there and dropped right there.
Brenda, don't.
Deer down. Deer down.
Alrighty everyone, that's going to wrap up this video. I finally did it. I got my first ever deer on the ground. It happened to be a 7-pointer. Cannot be more happy with it, and I'm so thankful for it. But before this wraps up, I want to first go into a few things that the video did not be justified to be able to show it because I didn't have anything to show. So let's explain it. So I was going to go out for an afternoon hunt. It was around 12 o'clock. I was planning to go out, and then I got distracted because the Alabama football game came on, and I was watching that. I know I should have been outside, but hey, I guess everything worked out for a reason. So I guess I was watching that, and they ended up where they're winning the game, they're going to win it. So I was like, you know what? Let me start getting suited up to go outside. So it was like 2:15. I started getting ready to go outside, and I go down there. Get time to get down to the stand, all that. So say 2:30. I was sitting down there, and I have the little I don't even have it here. The little like phone-looking iPad reader for the SD card. So I grabbed because I have cameras right on the stand. So just as a good pastime, I figured I'd be sitting there for hours. So I grab all the SD cards, I climb up there, and I start swiping through the SD cards, and I'm seeing what I'm looking at. And I hear rummaging through the leaves to the top left, which I do have actually a clip on, which I can show up. I can show you right now. Okay, so yeah, in that clip, that's what caught my attention. There was a spike coming down the hill, and I saw that, so I was like, oh, look at that. It was not a shootable shot at all, and I wasn't shooting anyway, but there's no way to possibly shoot. It was like probably 80 yards away on top of the like little mountain knoll there, thick cover. You would never get an arrow shot through there. So I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, cool. So, and then again, I didn't set up nothing. I literally just sat down in the stand, I put the bag on the hanger, I put the bow on the hanger, and I knocked the arrow, and I sat there, and I going on to the SD card thing. I didn't even think about setting the GoPro up yet, because I was like, I just got here, let me just look at these quick, because there's normally a few pictures. I'm out there frequently, so I check the pictures pretty frequently. So let's do that quick. He caught my attention, so I was watching him. And then, as I turn my head back down, I'm trying to process it all, I'm still like, trying to remember exactly, but as I look back down, I'll go back to the phone, well, not, I keep saying the phone, but it's the SD card reader thing, so I'm looking at that. And then I heard rummaging on this side, and then there he was. He was right there. So he was maybe when I first saw him, I want to say 40 yards away. When I first saw him, so as that happened, I was like, oh my God, there's a shootable buck, and he's coming right at me. That's the first time ever. So I did not even think about, oh, let me get the GoPro out, because my luck, I'd click it, and the beep would be a whole thing. So I didn't even think about it. I'm like, I got to just focus on this, screw the shot, and I'll just explain it. So he's walking in, so I'm in the dual seater, as you know, the tree stand. So I grab the ball off the right-hand side off the hanger, and I'm sitting there. And I've already pre-gamed this in my head if I ever saw something. I don't want to stand up in the tree stand. Because number one, that's movement, and I feel like just by the position of it, they'd see me regardless if I'm standing. But number two, actually, it should be the other way around. Number one, the main factor I don't want to stand up is because it's going to make noise. Because every time you stand in that thing, it's a metal stand, and like the connectors on the ladder, they rattle. So that if you stand up, and especially if it's dead silent down there, it's going to hear it. So I'm like, I cannot stand. Excuse me. So I grab the bow, I sit there, and I see him coming. So I'm sitting there just like this. And he's coming. I'm like, oh my God, he's not turning away, and he's coming straight in the shooting lane. Like, you couldn't ask for a better shot. He's coming this way, he's keep going to the right. So I'm probably 20 yards away, I draw the arrow back, and I knock it right here. I want to see if he's going to move. He didn't move at all. His head was onto the ground, and he was just going. So I'm like, okay, perfect. He didn't see me, because I always think about if the movement, because I know movement's a big thing. So I'm like, I don't want him to see anything and be spooked, especially the deer have a great sense of smell and the visualization. They get spooked easily. So I'm like, okay, draw this back. I'm sitting there like this, and I'm sitting, so it's a perfect example. I'm sitting there, and you have like the little, this is the other thing I was worrying about. There's so many things. It's funny, because the first time, so I couldn't judge anything. So I'm like, I would always say you learn from mistakes, so I was hoping there'd be no mistakes on this. So you have it's kind of like this ski lift latch that goes over so you don't fall out of the tree stand the front way. I'm always like drawing back, and as I'm doing this, I'm looking, I'm like, And this was all, I'm explaining it in like 5 minutes, but this was all in like a 5-second, I gotta think of this. So as you draw it back, I'm like, I cannot have the arrow line hit that bar at all, because that's gonna throw the whole thing off. So I'm like, oh shoot, I raise it up a little bit, and I didn't want to stand again because it'll make noise. So he kept coming in front of me, and right as he was right in front of the stand, he wasn't slowing down. He had the same steady pace from when he was 40 away out right across. So I didn't want to shoot, especially on movement. I probably could have, but I didn't want to. I wanted him to be standing. So as you went like this, you draw it, and as he got right here, I was tracking him with the thing. He went to right here. You hit him with the meh. He stopped dead in his tracks, and then it slung the arrow, and right through. I was focusing on him. He went right up the hill. That's another thing I was worried about. I was like, oh no, if you have been shot, I don't know how far is he going to run, all that. And we were on a time crunch too, so the whole day was funny because I had to go to a football game type of thing. So I was on a time crunch. And I was like, don't run for miles. I was hoping the shot would be great, and it was right through the lungs. So he went up the hill, maybe 20, 25 yards, and then they got stuck in like the thick briar bush type of thing. Not stuck, but it slowed him down, and he deterred him, and he went back down the hill, and there was fallen timber and logs. He like completely stumbled over it and like flipped over it. He got back up, and I guess through both lungs, that just completely took all the oxygen out of him because he flipped over and he got back up, and he like stumbled into more of the thick brushes right there, and he fell to the left of the stand, maybe 20 yards away. I saw the whole thing. I knew exactly where he went. There was no question about it. So I was just so thankful for the whole entire thing, and it's still amazing. I was finally able to get the job done, and it was early in the season, and it was just great. It was just unfortunate I couldn't have it on the camera, but that was the least of the worries in the moment, was get the GoPro out and somehow figure out to record it, because I didn't even think about how I'd be able to record it. I was thinking I'd probably mount it to something, but I had no time for that in that moment. All I had to worry about was getting the shot on the deer, and that happened, and we nailed it, hit it out of the park. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up this video. Deer 1 for me is finally done. I can check that off, get the weight off the shoulder. I finally did it, and it's actually good as early in the season, so I still have time. Maybe we'll go for 2 this year. I'm off for a week coming up in early December, so I'm gonna use that week to go out again, and maybe we can double up this year. I don't know, but yeah. So without further ado, if you guys like to enjoy the video, please like and subscribe, and leave some comments down below for what you'd like to see as you go into the winter months, because fishing is not really a thing right now up here in the Northeast. It's kind of tough, but hopefully, fingers crossed, we get some ice fishing this year. But yeah, I will see you in the next episode, because the series is still going. Don't you worry. I figured it was going to take longer. This is still the middle of the hunting season, so we'll still keep going, and let's see if we can